6 Things José Andrés wants you to know about Spanish food. Many Americans think they know what paella is. The deep, rust-colored rice. The crispy edges. Mussels, or shrimp, carefully nestled in the pan. Peas throughout, and sometimes even chorizo. But Chef José Andrés is here to make it known. That's not really what true paella is. Across 6 mouthwatering episodes, Andrés, the Spanish chef and restaurateur behind acclaimed spots like Minibar and the Bazaar, introduces his daughters to a different region of Spain, highlighting each area's food in an attempt to demonstrate the regionality of Spanish cuisine. Just as Naples in Italy is known for its Neapolitan pizza, or Nice in France is known for ratatouille, food in Spain is regional, too. Each episode focuses on a different territory, and as his daughters eat and learn about Spanish food, the audience eats, with their eyes, and learns, too. Of course, the show is about food. But it's also an enticing case for visiting the parts of Spain that the Andrés family explores. That's intentional. Andrés began conceptualizing the show during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, when many people couldn't travel. Now, that's changed. The show was just to tell people, let's go. Wake up, we need to start traveling again, Andrés said in an interview with CNN's Jim Acosta. Everybody should travel the world, because it's a way we become better, by understanding each other better and knowing about other people. In the series, Andrés explains that true paella, from Valencia, doesn't have seafood or chorizo or peas. Instead, it has 10 main ingredients, which Andrés compares to the 10 Commandments. Olive oil, rabbit, chicken, green beans, white beans, tomato, rice, salt, saffron and water. Everything else, he says, will be arroz. Just rice. Here are 5 other things Andrés teaches us about regional Spanish cuisine, followed by his recipe for authentic paella. Trust us, you'll want to bring your appetite. Tapas doesn't actually mean small plates. Tapas. Those small plates and delectable tidbits have become a staple part of restaurant culture beyond Spain and Spanish food. See Asian tapas. Tapas doesn't hold eaters to a single dish. Instead, it allows people to try everything, Andrés explains in the show. Tapas is not food, Andrés noted in his conversation with Acosta. It's a way of life. It's a way to enjoy family and friends. But the word tapas doesn't mean small dishes, nor is it related to food at all. Tapas is derived from the Spanish word tapar, meaning to cover, because people would put pieces of bread or small open-faced sandwiches on top of their drinks to prevent bugs or dust from entering. The food was, quite literally, a cover. These days you won't see patrons putting their food on top of their drinks. But you might see Andrés at the bar, ordering one of every tapas, just as he does on the show. Catalonia has its own surf and turf. Americans may know surf and turf most commonly as a steakhouse staple. But Catalonia, a region in northeast Spain and home to Barcelona, has its own version, called mar y montaña, or sea and mountain. A traditional dish invented by local fishermen and farmers. The combination is a common one, Andrés, who grew up in the region, explains. There, it's sometimes made with chicken and Mediterranean lobster, combined in a dish anchored by onions, garlic, tomatoes and a dash of an unexpected spice. Curious? See Andrés cook it on the show, and maybe give it a whirl yourself at home. Artichokes, found in many Spanish dishes, aren't actually from Spain. The Moors spent almost 500 years in Andalusia, a southern region of Spain, and their impact is evident in the architecture, the art and, of course, the food. One notable thing they brought with them? Artichokes, Andrés says, called alcachofas in Spanish. Words that begin with the al sound typically have Arabic origin, as he tells his daughters. Now obviously, war and invasion are never good, Andrés told CNN's Acosta. But the cultural exchange was rich. All the Arab world, all the Muslim world was very important in Andalusia, he said. To this day, all these traditions remain in many dishes and ingredients. Artichokes are just one example, and Andrés highlights alcachofas confitadas con jamón ibérico, a dish of artichokes with ham and egg yolk. These famous lemon cookies have royal origins and highlight Madrid's cuisine. When Andrés walks us through Madrid, the capital of Spain, one thing is clear. This city is not like the rest of the country. Andrés tells us why. As the home of the Spanish royal family, Madrid's cuisine reflects the class divide of the city. On one hand, there's indulgent, rich dishes like roast baby lamb, which Andres lovingly pours over at passata de la via. But on the other hand, there are more humble dishes like tostas and patatas bravas, quick, cheap, and filling dishes that commoners historically ate.